Perhaps LEGO's most successful side hustle has been its long-running series of video games. Let's explore the evolution of these games. LEGO has published over 85 video games and sold more than 200 million copies worldwide. However, it all started back in 1995 on the long-forgotten Sega Pico. This was an edutainment toy made by Sega in the mid-90s. It had versions of classic Sega games like Sonic the Hedgehog, but most importantly, it had a small game called LEGO Fun to Build, and for the time, it was quite fun. The game included 4 main levels based on LEGO's most popular themes at the time. There was one for town, aqua zone, castle, and space, plus an additional sandbox level where the player could build their own creations. Sadly, the game was only ever released in Japan, and finding a copy today can be very tricky. The first widely available LEGO game came out in 1997 on Windows 95, when LEGO released LEGO Island. This was an open-world adventure game where players could freely explore the island, a colorful and lively place inhabited by several LEGO characters, such as the auto mechanic named Bill Ding, and pizzeria proprietors Mama and Papa Briccolini. In the game, players controlled Mama and Papa's adopted son, Pepperoni, as he fights to save the island from the evil Brickster. In fact, this game was such a success that there were 2 sequels released over the next few years for fans to enjoy. LEGO Island 2, Brickster's Revenge, was released in 2001, and LEGO Island Extreme Stunts was released in 2002. Over the next few years, LEGO kept releasing games for Windows, with 2 educational games, My Style Preschool and My Style Kindergarten, being released on Mac. Around the turn of the century, though, we got LEGO Racers, which would prove to be the only LEGO game released for the Nintendo 64. Also at this time, LEGO Chess was released, along with the original LEGO Friends, and many, many more. It was also around this time that we got the very first licensed LEGO video game. LEGO creator Harry Potter came out in 2001 alongside the first film, and let players take control of several characters and explore the Hogwarts castle. The game let you play as multiple minifigures and animals, conduct the Hogwarts Express, cast spells, fly on broomsticks, change the weather, and even create your own minifigures and models with classic Harry Potter-style LEGO bricks. The next year, LEGO even put out a sequel based on the Chamber of Secrets. Now, a few years later, in 2005, LEGO partnered with TT Games to create LEGO Star Wars: The Video Game. This was a huge turning point for LEGO video games and brought a whole new level of design and polish to the series. The game was a huge success, selling over 10 million copies worldwide, and directly led to the massive explosion of LEGO games that we have today. So what made these games so special? Well, for starters, they combine 2 of the most beloved things in pop culture, Star Wars and LEGO. I mean, what's not to love? You get to play as LEGO versions of all your favorite Star Wars characters and run around in a galaxy far, far away, all while building and destroying everything in sight. Also, did I mention that the cutscenes were hilarious? They were like a Star Wars themed Saturday morning cartoon, complete with wacky sound effects and goofy antics. But it wasn't just the humor that made these games stand out. The gameplay was pretty stellar too. The puzzles were fun and challenging, and the combat was satisfying without being too difficult. Also, the fact that you could play with a friend made it all that more enjoyable. Plus, the games were packed with content. You could unlock tons of characters, vehicles, and levels, all while reliving the epic saga of Star Wars. The formula set out in these games has been followed over and over again since their initial release, and that's not all a bad thing. Fans have grown to expect a certain kind of experience from a LEGO game, and the company has continued to refine that to this day. Today, this same treatment has been applied to Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, LEGO Batman, Lord of the Rings, LEGO Marvel, and more are coming every year. But these mainline, big-budget licensed console releases aren't the only games that LEGO makes. Starting in 2006 with Bionicle Heroes, LEGO has released dozens of mobile games as well. I don't really have the time to go over all of them here because there's a ton, but one worth pointing out was the 2014 release of LEGO Legends of Chima Online. This was an MMORPG game released for Windows, Mac, and iOS that let players play this game from anywhere via their phones. Although this project was closed in 2015, this wasn't LEGO's first attempt at an MMO, and it wouldn't be their last either. A few years prior, in 2010, LEGO had launched LEGO Universe. In this game, players could create their own LEGO characters, explore different worlds made out of LEGO bricks, and complete quests and missions while interacting with other players to work together to complete challenges and build new creations. The game included a wide range of characters from different LEGO themes, such as pirates, space, and castle. What was fun was that you could customize your character's appearance and abilities, and unlock new skills and equipment based on LEGO sets and pieces. One of the coolest features of LEGO Universe, though, was that it gave players the ability to design and build their own creations, which could be displayed in the game for others to see. This was achieved using a simple and intuitive building tool, which allowed players to assemble and arrange virtual LEGO bricks in any way they wanted. Unfortunately, LEGO Universe simply wasn't able to attract a large enough audience to be sustainable and was shut down in 2012. But LEGO was seemingly very committed to the idea of a LEGO MMO, and in 2015, the company launched its third attempt, LEGO Minifigures Online. This game was, as the name implies, based on the collectible minifigure series and let players unlock and play as many of their favorite minifigures. On top of unlocking new minifigures through normal gameplay, it was also possible to unlock them by buying real-world minifigure blind bags that contained special codes that would instantly unlock the character. Each minifigure could be leveled up to improve their abilities within the game, which contained numerous fantasy worlds, with each world containing multiple dungeons to raid. Sadly though, this game also failed a couple years into its launch, and all online services for the game were shut down at the end of September in 2016. However, the idea of rewarding video game players for real-world purchases was apparently such a great business plan that LEGO designed an entire theme around it. Yep, that's right. LEGO Dimensions came out in 2015 on the PS4, Wii U, and Xbox One, and was perhaps the most ambitious physical toy to virtual world combination at the time, which took heavy inspiration from Skylanders. LEGO Dimensions was a toys-to-life video game that combined physical LEGO toy sets with interactive gameplay. Anyone who bought one of the hundreds of real-life LEGO models could then easily bring them into the game by placing them on a special pad. The gameplay was exactly what anyone would expect from a mainline console LEGO game, but this series had a major twist. Unlike previous LEGO games that had focused on a single franchise, LEGO Dimensions brought in a massive range of properties such as Doctor Who, Ghostbusters, and Portal, allowing players to mix and match characters from different universes. This combination of LEGO's physical products in conjunction with interactive gameplay made this theme one of the most innovative LEGO games ever produced. The game was a great success and was named Best Game by the British Academy of Film and Television Arts in 2015. Now, while the game was indeed fun and well loved, the pricing model was simply too much for many people to keep up with. Much like games like Skylanders, players were required to purchase the very expensive adapter to actually scan your LEGO sets in, and if you wanted to play as the newest characters, you couldn't do so unless you had the set that you could find in stores. At the height of the game's popularity, some of the most sought-after characters would frequently sell out. Granted, it had a good run, but LEGO Dimensions was shut down for good in 2017, which makes the game unplayable to this day. However, you can still find people selling these sets for their rare minifigures. You can check out the products below this video if you're curious. Around the same time that Dimensions was winding down, a new game was already on the horizon. LEGO Worlds came out in early March 2017 on PC and consoles. Building on the success of games like Minecraft, LEGO Worlds was an open-world sandbox video game that let players explore and create their own virtual LEGO worlds. The game featured a procedurally generated world, meaning that no two games were ever exactly the same. This led to a sense of exploration and discovery as players ventured out into the new environments and encountered different characters and creatures. Literally everything in this game was customizable to some degree. The terrain and environment could be modified, and costumes and characters could be dressed up. They even eventually added in multiplayer world sharing, so saying that this took inspiration from Minecraft would be a severe understatement. After a few years, however, development stopped for this game, and the LEGO team shifted their attention to one of the company's most recent games, LEGO Bricktales. This game launched in October 2022 to a largely positive review. This puzzle and adventure game sees players taking control of a minifigure of their own design. The game tasks you with a series of puzzles that can only be solved by building some sort of solution out of virtual bricks. Overall, the game really nails the feeling of building with physical LEGO bricks. So what's next for LEGO games? Well, I have some exciting news because it seems that the company has some pretty major plans on the horizon that are far different than any game they've ever released thus far. In April 2022, LEGO announced that they would be partnering with Epic Games, the studio behind Fortnite, to build a new metaverse platform. At the moment, details on exactly what this metaverse game will look like are very sparse, but according to a press release put out by LEGO, the two companies will design a new game in the metaverse to deliver the next generation of engaging play opportunities, whatever that's supposed to mean. It's also worth pointing out that LEGO has also invested $1 billion in Epic Games. Yes, billion. Maybe one day we'll all meet up in the LEGO metaverse. What do you think of this direction for LEGO, and most importantly, which LEGO game is your favorite? Comment below and consider subscribing to my channel for more LEGO videos.